It's a beautiful day here in Mount Shasta City, and I am happy to be with you on Heritage Day. God and Goddess, thank you so much for this beautiful nature that surrounds us, the beautiful trees and flowers and the birds and all this wonderful nature that we have here. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to exist and to climb the golden ladder and to lift others up as well. Please help to continue helping to illuminate the path for us that we all may walk to become more like you and create a garden paradise once more in this world. In the name of Elohim, I pray. Amen. So, like I said, today is Heritage Day, and the midday peace contemplation is our God and Goddess, immanent and transcendent, send to all your angel of peace. May wisdom guide us as we accept or reject things from the past. May your angel of wisdom bless all that we pass on to the future. I really love this one, especially as a aspiring mother to be. I am really just excited to have all of the interactions with a baby and raise them. And I know how important it is that we are so considerate of what we teach them, how we treat them, all of the different things that go into raising that child, because it's going to affect them long term. And that's either for the good or the bad. All of us come from families that have a good and bad mix. Well, I say that without knowing some of the bad families. Maybe there are some families that have more less good than anyways. All of us come from imperfect backgrounds, and we still struggle with our own imperfections and trying to be like I was gonna say observation and then observative, but I'm like, that's not a word. Anyways, observing the things of the past and trying to understand our family and all of the different dynamics that they were in socially, in their programming and all of that, and being graceful with them while we acknowledge that there are things that are wrong that we're not going to be passing on to future generations and things that are right. It is beautiful to learn about our heritage and where we come from. Like I was saying, there's good things that we should embrace. We should embrace different parts of music and literature and all of these traditions that can be embraced and brought into the future in a positive manner, while rejecting the things that are degrading humanity and that are not good for us, mind, body, and soul. This is for every race. Race is something that is a lot of people are getting drawn into the race debate on a lot of different sides, and it is designed to divide and conquer humanity. Thankfully, we know this is from the Essene Humane Gospel of, well, of Christ. This person, the author, chose not to use the word Jesus, but the verse says, "For I tell ye, by a race God judgeth not the souls of men, but by the heart of man. Whosoever walketh in the pure oblation walketh in the holy path of God and is saved." It is so not about race. Race should not be anything of importance to us at all, other than embracing what we are and what everyone else is. It shouldn't be a point of contention. It's something that makes us unique as a human species. We have different races within it, and we should be embracing that and drawing that into unifying us and seeing the different strengths that we have in that diversity and the beauty that is in that as well, instead of allowing it to essentially divide and conquer us. And so, yeah, with all of these things that are going on, it is really important that we stay centered in the truth and centered in how we want to react and interact with the world around us, which is in kindness and love and compassion, and trying to have that be what we lead with, so that all of our interactions are better in general. It's really, like I'm saying, important to be mindful and have that peace and centeredness so that we remain calm in this chaotic world, especially the more chaotic that it gets with different natural disasters and other things that the powers that be may have planned for us. We have to make sure that we keep our light and our focus on what is true and what is aligned with God and Goddess. So, that being said, I'm going to wrap up here because I have some things to do before I have actually 2 meetings today, and this one just kind of happened, and I'm really excited about the Shasta vegan community and just the opportunities that may be aligning and opening for us here in Mount Shasta to get some things really cooking. So I'm super excited about that. But I want to say hi in the live chat. David D says we should all be proud of our heritage. We literally own who we are at a DNA level to our ancestors. Exactly. And it's not always saying, oh, everything my ancestors did was perfect. Like my ancestors eat animals, right? So I'm definitely not saying that my ancestors are perfect, but I understand that that is who I come from. And I do embrace the good and accept the bad that has happened. And I get to be the change that goes forward. New family traditions start with you. You get to be the one that breaks the mold and changes so many different things about the future. And I think that is just so exciting and empowering and woo. David E says that God judges us based on our hearts, not our race. Exactly. There is no chosen race or one group of people that is favored above the other. The group that is favored above the other is those that do the will of God and Goddess. But even when we're not doing their will, they still love us. We're still their children, and they still want us to come back into the family, come back out of the darkness and those hellish pits that we find ourselves in when we stray from their path. They still love us. They see everything that led into that. They see all of the thoughts that were both ours and not our own. They see it all. So they have the most compassion and love and forgiveness for us. And that's one of the things I really love about the Megillah is the religion of love, and it brings me back constantly to that love and forgiveness that God and Goddess have for us. It's not a justification to keep stumbling. It is an empowerment and like a weight off of your shoulders when you can feel that guilt and condemnation from the things that you've done and use that feeling to stop doing that, and then let that feeling go because you're not doing that anymore. God and Goddess have forgiven you. You forgive yourself, and then you're also able to better love and forgive the world around you, which is really, really hard, especially everywhere. Everywhere is really hard, but this place has its own troubles, and I'm having my own issues around here with being loving and forgiving. So I'm preaching to myself more than anything as well. And I know that as hard as things may be, I need to have my own awareness and understand that people are not always in a place where they acknowledge that they are essentially being the puppets of demons, and the demons are whispered in their ear, and they're just going in this whirlwind of whatever that energy is leading them to, and they don't see that. So as someone that can see that, not only in myself but also in others, I have to be the one that handles and interacts with the situation differently, which is frustrating, especially when I'm like the youngest person around. It's like, why can't you guys have about a lot longer than me to get your stuff together? Why is it that I'm the one that has to like try to be the mature one here? But it's kind of a rhetorical question because I already know. And I'm grateful for the knowledge and the capability to see when I'm getting messed with. Not all the time, but 9 times out of 10, I know that I'm getting messed with, and I'll be able to either allow myself to be feasted on, which sometimes does happen, or it's like, no, I'm not gonna like let this sad energy, this depression or whatever feelings that they want to feed off of, that loose energy, right? I'm not gonna let that happen. You go away, and they'll go find someone else to play with. So knowing that you are being messed with is a benefit. And I was gonna say half the battle, but I don't really know if that is a true mathematical statement, so I won't say that. Hey, Boston, how's it going? Boston Ray, Mud Flood Adventures. Oh, cool. Hey, Kyle Smith, is fascinating when people of all races come together and help each other in times of crisis or natural disasters. Yes, it is so beautiful as well, because ultimately we need to get past the race differentiation and the species differentiation. But I think they're also intrinsically linked when we are constantly seeing other souls as apart from us or different than us because of their shell, the body that they are in, the skin that they're in. It provides the justification for war and competition and putting them down and all these other types of things. And so we need to come out of all of that and really start to see all of our brothers and sisters as part of Hashem, the whole. We all are the one that is many. So it is a really beautiful connection. I love the unity that we have, but also the diversity within that unity that gives us all these different dynamics to play with, to explore, to learn, and to grow with. It's a really beautiful thing. Hello, Emma Khan from Pakistan. Hi, sweetie. How are you doing? I am doing great, thank you. And this little message here has really helped me uplift my spirits a little bit going into this meeting. It's going to be actually after my 3:30 live, so we'll get to chat a little bit before that, and you can help uplift my spirits again, because this always does. But yeah, just being able to talk through some of this stuff and remind myself that I need to come at things with a more spiritually mature position, because that's where I am. And it's not to say anything in a degrading manner. It's just recognizing where I am and where other people are, and trying to have compassion and trying to work with other people where they're at, instead of getting frustrated because they're not doing what I'm expecting them to do when they're not where I am, and they don't have the vision, the eyes to see all of these different factors that are messing with you and me. So yeah. David says, God and Goddess have a deeper understanding, love, and unconditional forgiveness for all of us. Exactly. It's so refreshing and nice to tap into that, especially coming from the, jealous, angry, wrathful, vengeful God that you need to basically be covered in innocent blood to be forgiven from. It's kind of just like a faith thing. It never really sat right with me. It was always just kind of like, okay, just say these words and you're good to go. And it's just like, there's not really any substance to that. Like, faith is great, but when there's not actually an improvement and like a betterment of you at a spiritual level, then also what good is whatever spiritual thing that you're involved in. I love how the Megillah has like the daily practices and just this idea of, or knowledge of, going up the golden ladder. So it's a constant like trying to ascend yourself, and all of these culminating everything together in this upward spiral, rather than just like, all right, Jesus died for my sins, I'm good to go, I'm just gonna keep going on with everything that I was raised to do, right? Like just kind of zombie mode, work through the week, go to church on Sunday, eat all the same meals as everybody else, participate in all the same holidays, don't swear, maybe don't smoke or drink, but otherwise, like, there's just no spiritual growth and real substance to it. So anyways, I didn't want to get off that rant. We could talk today later at 3:30 about all this fun stuff. Aaron says, keep going. Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that. People are at whatever perception they are at. Your videos are inspiring, and I've been fascinated in the Essene traditions for years. Oh, that's so cool. I appreciate that I have been able to inspire people and share this platform with others. And that's so cool that you have been kind of fascinated and drawn to the Essenes. That's when I first went vegan. I found the Gospel of the Holy 12, which is my numero uno book right there, and found the Essene Christ's teachings, and talking about, those that have mouths that are defiled with flesh and hands that are stained with blood can't be righteous or teach the mysteries of the kingdom. And for me, my awakening experience has always been like, let me see the original teachings of Christ. Let's get into the spiritual truth and the power and all of that that great spiritual stuff that comes from that, right? Get out of this mundane. So much of our world is magical. We're given these stupid Disney films and all this stuff to take away from the real magic that is literally all around us, that we're disconnected from because we're too busy sitting here watching Disney movies, right? Like, I'm not doing that, but that you get the point. So, all on purpose, Return to Eden. So excited to see all of the nature just return to its former glory as we ascend and uplift ourselves and the world around us. Everything just comes in this uplifting pattern, and the current state is because of the opposite effect. We have been descending. So all of our problems have come from that fall, from this really light, heavenly, earthly realm that we were created in, and become this dense form. So as we uplift and become more light, things around us are going to change. We're going to change. It's just going to be so exciting to see nature really come to life, and different species. I was going to say creatures, but I'm not really sure that they would appreciate being called creatures. That might be also another human programming, that it's like, ooh, a creature, and like it just has like a negative sense, but they're just different species. There's beautiful different species that we are not aware of, even just dragons and stuff that the Megillah talks about, fairies, the Alephim, different things that are going to just come to life as we return to life out of this dark pit of hell and darkness and death and depression that we have been living in. It's going to be a really interesting change, and people are going to be like, not know how to function without all the demons bombarding their heads all the time. They're going to be like, whoa, this is what thinking like clearly feels like. Like, wow, this is me. Cool. Knowing you are being messed with by demons makes it much easier to handle it better with a clearer mind. Exactly. David Diaz says Satan is pushing white guilt, even though almost none of our ancestors owned slaves. Yes. Black pride is promoted. Hispanic pride is also loved, but white pride, to be proud of our heritage, is considered a hate crime. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting and can be very frustrating situation, especially when we are kind of being, this guilt is being thrust upon us for things of the past. I wasn't there. I have no bearing in what happened in the past. I am right here, right now, trying to end not only human slavery of every form, because everyone is like enslaved to taxes in the system right now, but also animal slavery. So the slavery thing, like all of our ancestors, have you guys been vegan? Or are you guys slave owners too? We just need to get over the past, and yeah, that's very frustrating that they try to promote that everyone can be proud of their race except white people. And that's just not true. It's okay to be any race. And your skin color, again, does not determine the kind of person that you are. So we all need to be more mature and not drawn into the anger and this dark circling like vortex almost of energy that goes towards these different areas of contention and can just fester and drag people into it. So it's really something that we have to make sure that we don't get dragged into. Anyways, I'm going to be getting off of here soon. Aaron says that Yeshua talks about that. And yes, my awakening connected me to my true self. Oh, that's so great. Knowing ourselves is really important. And so it kind of brings it back to this whole situation, our heritage. Part of you, who you are, is your skin color. And it's a very minor part, but it is also something that we should embrace, not something that we should be upset about or at odds with, because it's going to be your skin color for your whole life too. So you're stuck with you, and loving you and getting to know you, becoming the best version of yourself possible is really what's important, and not being at odds with yourself. If you don't like things about yourself, well, first of all, purifying your diet is going to help a lot of things change. The processed foods that we're eating, these unnatural things, cause different physical changes over time, and they can be reversed through returning back to God and Goddess's original design of these perfect frugivore humans that were perfect. But loving yourself along the way and having grace and mercy with yourself is really important. So that being said, love the skin you're in and be proud of whatever skin color that you are. Just make sure that you are acknowledging the things of the past that all of our families have done, good and bad, and move forward into the future with just the good. That is really what's important. All of us of every race and species and kind coming together to become better and influence the world to become better all around us. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I will connect with you at 3:30 at this place here on YouTube and Facebook if you choose to join me to talk about different conspiracies and the Megillah or whatever comes up in the chat. So I will see you then.